go to a closing and there's people this thick that you need to sign, and chances are you're not going to read all of that, okay? But chances are if you have a good. Hey, welcome back. This is Ola from OLALawrence.com. Thank you again. I have another video here for you this week, and it's a question that came in, and I decided I should answer the question. The person says, "How does one get a realtor? Does the bank give you one? Because a banker gave me few names of realtor. My question is, who do they represent?" Well, there's multiple questions in there. Well, a realtor is a real estate agent, okay? And we do have a real estate agent in-house here. If you need one, all you have to do is book a free consulting and we'll call you back and we can help you. So realtors, basically real estate agent, they represent you, okay? And it depends. It depends on how you call them, okay? So there are multiple ways for you to access a realtor, okay? Well, you can Google it. Right, you can Google it, but you don't need to Google because you're here right now, because again, we are realtors here. We have a brokerage team here that can help you with anything you will need from a realtor. But the idea of a realtor is this, okay? A realtor represents you, okay? If you're a buyer and you call a property on Zillow.com, usually another realtor will pick up, okay? It's a realtor that's advertised themselves right next to that property in your particular zip code, okay? That's the way it works, okay? They bought that real estate, digital real estate piece right next to the property. So when you Google that property or you Google for homes for sale in your particular city, a realtor name pops up. It could be also the listing realtor, okay, the person that listed the property for sale. That person will be representing the seller, okay? So it could be that if the property is just a property available and and the realtor does not have a secured space right next to the property they've listed, then Zillow will present you with another realtor who is basically advertising there. So your question here almost seems like you don't really understand what a realtor is. A realtor, like I said, is a real estate agent and they represent you. And the job of a realtor, in simple layman language, is basically to facilitate the whole process for you, okay? There are quite a few steps in the home buying process, starting from getting pre-approved to finding a property and then showing you the property. So a realtor would typically be the person to go open the door for you and get you inside the property to take a look at it and things like that. So a realtor is doing all that work because they get paid at the end, at the closing, okay? They show you the property. You like the property. They're also the ones that will put the contract together and put an offer in for you. So with an offer, you need the contract for sale signed by you. You need a pre-approver that basically shows that there's money, that we've pre-qualified you, that the bank is going to give you money. And not only that you have some money in the bank for down payment and closing costs that you may be responsible for, right? So a realtor will also be the person to put all that together and put that contract in as an offer. A realtor will be the person that will liaise between you and the seller and all the seller's agent. And you need that because there are particular negotiation skills that a realtor will have to help you secure the best deal, to help you protect your interests, because again, there's a lot of moving parts to the whole process, right? If you start talking to a seller's agent and you don't have your own realtor, basically you expose yourself to being a victim of the loopholes of those contracts. Those contracts are long, and also you end up having a realtor on the other hand showing you the attorney that you should use, the person you should use, because they're also trying to keep the process simple, right? And a lot of time they will sell you on the idea of keeping the process simple by you using them as your own realtor, and in that case they can't really protect your interest, okay? The official technical name for realtors, they have a fiduciary interest to protect your interest, basically. I don't know if I said that right, but the word is fiduciary. You can Google it, and it means they are protecting you and they have to do everything in their power to protect your interest. That's basically what it means, okay? Now, the realtor is not a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? A realtor is not a lawyer, and they're not there to help you with the legal matters. So you still need a lawyer. But when it comes to facilitating the paperwork and the whole process all the way to closing, that's what a realtor is there for. A realtor will also be like the glue that glues all these different professionals together. So from the beginning, you have a mortgage banker, and you have the realtor themselves, you have a lawyer, you have an inspector, you have an appraiser. A realtor will basically have an appraiser contact. And a lot of time, maybe you are working and things like that, they can get the property opened for the inspector, for the appraiser, right? And then also, in addition to that, when it comes to the title work, because you need to protect your interest, both short and long term, in the property, in the deed, right? You need to make sure that deed is insured, and the title agency worry about that. But a lot of time, when they need to talk to you or anything, they talk to your realtor. They talk to you through your realtor. Your realtor is there to protect your interest. That's what they get paid for. All right. So to answer your, how do you find a realtor? Well, you're already in front of a team here that can help you with that service. Does the bank give you one? No, the bank doesn't give you one. They may have a list at the bank, but the bank is not really obligated, and they don't want to be responsible for giving you a realtor in case something goes wrong, but they may have a list just because they are doing the realtors a favor by saying, hey, you can contact this person, right? So that's what that's for. Also, if you happen to be buying a short sale or anything like that, the realtor will help you facilitate that process. Again, all the paperwork is done by the realtor. That's what they get paid for. They're showing the property, the paperwork, and things like that. So my question is, who do they represent? So with that question, the realtor, if you have chosen that realtor, they represent you. If you found that realtor because they also listed the house, it's called dual agency. They don't represent you. They still represent the seller. Okay, that means they're not obligated to protect your interest. In fact, they will make you sign a dual agency release form, something like that. They make you sign that so you can know in black and white that they're not representing you, and if you feel like anything going wrong, they're not responsible. You cannot report them in case something goes wrong with the deal. Okay, so you need to find yours. Okay, you need to basically pick your own realtor because they help you through that process. The paperwork, realtor, I've seen all the paperwork, so they know what each things mean. So you go to a closing and there's paperwork this thick that you need to sign, and chances are you're not going to read all of that. Okay, but chances are if you have a good realtor, they know what each paperwork means. They can easily quickly tell you, this is what this means, this is what that means. Now a lawyer is supposed to do that as well too. But in a real estate transaction, I got to be honest with you, everyone is trying to protect their interest, okay? But the realtor is really in the game for that purpose, and they get paid anywhere from like 2.5% to 3%, okay? So they're doing that because not only do they want to get paid, if it's a good realtor, they're not concerned about the money they make from your deal. They're concerned about a long-term relationship because you're going to refer people to them, and that's more important to any good realtor than the money from now. Okay, but 2.5 to 3% means for every $100,000 that you spend on a property, they get paid $2,500 to $3,000. Okay, that's how they get paid, and because they want that money to keep coming in beyond just your deal, they want you to also refer people to you. They have invested interest in making sure you're happy. Does that make sense? They have invested interest in that. So the average realtor that's their bread and butter. The what do you call it? The agency relationship, right? You being the client is their bread and butter. So they are obligated. They have invested interest in making sure you're happy. If you try to do those kind of things yourself, could you do well? Absolutely, okay? But it's just, again, another great way for you to buy peace of mind when it comes to purchasing real estate. You're better off making sure you're protected. Somebody helps you through that process rather than having... So you also need to understand that even though a realtor is making 2.5 to 3%, they usually have to split that with their brokerage office. And so it's not money that they get to keep. And even if it's money that they get to keep, you should be happy paying them because, again, they will really, really make life easier for you. And plus, again, if it's a property you're financing, all of that is taken care of in that. And a lot of time, there's a seller's concession that takes care of that as part of your closing cost. It's just part of your closing cost and the cost of acquiring real estate property. Does that make sense? So that's what I wanted to share with you when it comes to having a realtor. So if you're looking for a realtor, you don't have one yet, you have one right here. But I would love to talk to you. I would love to definitely engage with you. All you have to do, go to OLALawrence.com /go. You can click on the link below and fill out the form. I would love to talk to you, find out what your goals are, even if you're not ready to purchase a property. I would love to do that so we can have a conversation. And also, I have a loan officer here, I have a realtor here, I have basically the whole team to make the process seamless for you, and we're here to protect your interest when it comes to that. Okay, so that's that. Hopefully I answered your question in this week. If you have any questions with regards to real estate, don't hesitate. Please post it right below this video in the comment area. If you feel it's private, you can also send an email to agent@OLALawrence.com. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.